Hi friends, my name is Michelle Renee, but you guys all call me Giggles, and I hope that everybody is staying safe and entertained and healthy during the quarantine. Anyways, I did a lot of theater things in the month of April, and I'm gonna tell you about them. So, this isn't exactly a dream role of mine, but out of like all the Mean Girls characters, I would love to play Regina George. I know it's a stretch because I'm so not a Regina. I think I could fit maybe Janice or maybe Gretchen. Yeah, maybe I could be a Gretchen. But you know, I'm so not a Regina. But so I've always been thinking, oh my gosh, I would love to be Regina. I love her songs. I can sing her songs, and that would just be great. And a lot of it was because I thought that I, have a darker complexion, but I was watching this bootleg, or rather this clip of Mean Girls, and this actress named Ashley De La Rosa played Regina in that clip, and I guess she was a replacement or an understudy, I don't know entirely, but she was like a person of color. And so I just wanted to tell you guys that because I thought it was amazing that we had a person of color play Regina. It kind of gave me a little hope. It inspired me a lot, so I just wanted to spread that around and tell everybody else that, this character isn't just exclusive because look, they cast this girl. And so it was just, I was just so excited to see her. I'm totally rooting for her. There's another character I really want to be called Megara. You might recognize the name from Disney's Hercules. That's right, they put Hercules on Broadway. I mentioned this a few months ago, but I officially saw another clip. I've been watching a lot of clips, a lot of bootlegs too, for theater things, and they released this song, her and the guy playing Hercules released this song called Forget It, I think, and it was like this fun little dynamic where she was telling Hercules off and he was like, oh, she's so beautiful, and it was like really funny. So that automatically made me really want to be Meg in Hercules. And then there was also this really funny Easter egg that came along with me, researching a bunch of Hercules stuff. So the guy, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his name now, but the guy who played Hercules, was his singing voice in the Disney movie, younger Hercules singing voice that everybody knows the song of, I Can Go the Distance. He is in the musical. He's in Hercules, the musical. Guess who he is? He's playing Hades. That's so funny. I love that so much. I also listened to a musical I've never heard before. It's called Disenchanted. And while I'm more on the fairy tale side than the Disney side, and this was very parody of Disney, but it was still really great. Disenchanted, it's very funny. It did get me to chuckle quite a bit. It's about the majority of Disney princesses singing about their happily ever after, and they throw in a bunch of modern slang and bad words and a bunch of silly things about where they ended up after their movie or their story. It was very funny. Go check it out. I've also seen a bit of the soundtrack from a musical adaptation of a movie that everybody holds in a very endeared nostalgia. It's called Back to the Future, the musical. I'm not a big fan of the original movies. Not that I hate them, I just could never really get into them. But my brother loves them, so I had to tell him about them, and he was like, no! But we'll see. I only listened to one song. There's a couple other songs that they have released, so I was gonna check them out pretty soon. It just seems pretty okay right now. I kind of want to listen to more and see, how amazing it could get. But yeah, I'll have an update for you guys on that this month, so stay tuned. I watched Phantom with a friend, with my King Arthur from Spamalot, Brandon Lawrence actually. I watched that with him, and we had a whole commentary throughout it. It was the 25th anniversary. I'm pretty sure that is available somewhere on the internet, so if you want to see the 25th anniversary of the Phantom of the Opera, you should definitely go see it, because it was probably one of the more interesting versions I've seen. And I was also in a Wicked mood, so I watched Wicked, loved it, always loved it. The bootleg for me always never compares to going in to see it live, but I couldn't stay away. I was just really craving Wicked one day, and I watched it and I loved it. I watched Mean Girls, the full bootleg this time, with Taylor Louderman as Regina, sadly not Ashley De La Rosa, but I love Taylor as well. I watched that with my brother and my mom. My brother and I, we love like talking about musicals and stuff like that, even though I'm more of the musical person than he is. But we watched it and we all thought it had great choreography, great chemistry, great casting. It was really, really great. It was really, really fun. I wanted to also see Renee Rapp, who's the replacement Regina. I might do that this month because I've heard a lot of really interesting, cool things about her, so I want to try that. But I really did love this cast of Mean Girls. I wish I could have gone to see it live. It was a fantastic show. And then directly after Mean Girls, I decided to show my brother Legally Blonde, the musical, and my mom like chimed in and out and stuff, and my mom was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better because they have so much more energy. So the funny thing about that is my mom and I, we have watched Legally Blonde, the full bootleg, you know, for the one for MTV. I guess it's not really a bootleg if they filmed it for MTV, but we watched that a while ago, and it was like okay. And then this time around, the second time around, we were both, and my brother too, we were all like, oh my gosh, this is such a great musical. It makes me really appreciate that entire cast. Laura Bell Bundy as Elle is an inspiration. She makes me want to like have like an unbearable amount of energy while performing because she was in every single moment. And like by comparison, Legally Blonde to Mean Girls, I think Legally Blonde was a better show just because the cast was so in it in every single second, and it was just amazing. Yeah, that's Legally Blonde the musical has become an inspiration for me now. And then I also watched a bootleg of Into the Woods, which was at the Hollywood Bowl. So a bunch of my friends went to go see this back then. It was like almost a year ago maybe, and I was like, no, I'm good, I gotta save my money, whoops. But so I caught the filming of it on YouTube and I saw it, and very interesting. So I don't want to say like a bunch of things, but in all honesty, I think Sierra Boggess, who played Cinderella in this production, was way better as Christine in the 25th anniversary of Phantom. The whole cast, in my opinion, kind of seemed to be having an off night, and that's okay. You know, it happens to all of us. It's just a shame that it happened to everybody. But who I really enjoyed was the wolf slash Cinderella's prince, played by the same actor. Really loved him. No, the whole time during the creepy song, I was like, oh, I wish I was that Little Red Riding Hood right now. Oh, I should have auditioned for Hollywood Bowl. That could have been me. But, you know, whatever. And then I also really loved Sutton Foster as the baker's wife. Ooh, I was really surprised. I didn't even recognize her for a little bit. But where she really shined was, you know, when she had that song towards the end, Moments in the Woods. She really shined during that song. I mean, she was really great. She kept up everything throughout all of it. Sutton is amazing that way. But I think what really made me and, you know, the whole audience that was there really fall in love with her performance was there's this, I really shouldn't spoil it. Spoiler alert. Skip ahead about 30 seconds. But, you know, so the prince has this moment where he kisses the baker's wife, you know, and it's really, really awful. And then right after he's like, all right, thanks for kissing me, peace out. And then the baker's wife just goes, what was that? And I feel like so many actresses that at least I've seen in various productions of Into the Woods really like lack the humor that was intended for it, and that's specifically shown by the witch and the baker's wife, I think. So Sutton Foster really, really brought that. She knew exactly what the humor was in the Hollywood Bowl, and I don't regret saying that she was my favorite part of the Hollywood Bowl production of Into the Woods. And lastly, I watched the Beetlejuice bootleg. I've seen clips of it before and I never get sick of them. I love the Beetlejuice bootleg so much. I watched it with Presley Ryan, of course. One of my friends actually sent me, I thought she was inviting me to her wedding. She up and sent me a USB with a bootleg. Hopefully they don't see this video. But she sent me a bootleg with Sophia Ann Caruso as Lydia and then Presley Ryan as Lydia. So I was really excited about that. And yeah, it was, there's just no words. I mean, I was watching with my dad and he was like, this is so not Beetlejuice. But for me, I was like, oh well, I get that it's an adaptation. I love it. It's great. Alex Brightman hitting the music all the time. It was fantastic. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my quarantine back in April with. So yeah, I will update you guys with whatever I am doing that's theater related this month. And yeah, I hope that you guys continue to stay safe, and I'll be praying for as many as I can. Should you guys have any concerns that you would like me to pray for, please let me know. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!